Welcome to the Generation Elevation podcast, a conscious, connected platform for those who are ready to manifest their dream life. I'm your host, Elise Riley, a former PT, now motivational speaker, igniting empowerment and transformation all across the globe. Here at Generation Elevation, we are committed to bringing you the most inspiring guests who will share their stories, wisdom, and advice to help you progress closer to living a life of your own terms.
What is up, fam? Welcome back to another episode of Generation Elevation. Now, today I'm going to be talking about the inner child. Every single one of us has an energy that is our inner child. When we reminisce on memories from the past or look back, we make those memories present in our now. And whatever's present in our now, by the law of attraction, which is like itself, attracts to itself into your future. So with my clients behind the scenes, I do a lot of inner child work because what happens if you've experienced some sort of negative, traumatic situation that you are holding on to, your inner child is holding on to. You might have heard of the inner child wound. These wounds can then recreate themselves as patterns in our future. So it's really important if you have these goals, whether it be physically, financially, career-wise, relationship-wise, and you're wanting to progress and elevate and maximize your potential, become the best version of you. Really, if you're listening to this right now, I am sure some of those goals resonated with you. If you're wanting to do that, it's really important you have a deep connection with your inner child. And so today, I'm going to talk about what that is in a little bit more depth. I also am going to share with you how I personally connect with my inner child and a process that you can use in your own time to connect with yours. And then I'll add in some little bonus, I call them soul work tasks with my clients because I don't believe in homework, right? It's negative connotations attached to that. But soul work that you can do to help integrate the lessons you learn from this podcast behind the scenes to help elevate your vibration, because that is what this podcast is. It is Generation Elevation. So let's go. So firstly, when I say the word inner child, you're probably thinking, oh yeah, like that's me when I was younger. However, it does go a little bit deeper than that. It is the energy, the essence of our younger self. When we are in this present moment, just take a second, wherever you're listening to this from. Whether you're doing your housework, you're at the gym, you're on your walk, getting your steps in, maybe you're in the car. Kind of just have a look at your surroundings. Take a deep breath in. What can you smell? What can you hear? What can you taste? What can you see? What can you feel? Now that you're in the present moment, this energy of now is always shifting and changing. To be present is to be non-attached to what has been, not attached to what is, and just in a almost flow state, just being. You don't have to be doing anything, but more so just that freeness, that flow, and be the human beingness that we all are. When we think about energy from our past or memories from our past, we bring that into our present. So this is really great if you're wanting to elevate your energy, elevate your vibration, your mood, when you start reminiscing on happy memories from your past. This is going to be great to help remind you of what you're grateful for, your path, your journey, and how far you've come. And for most of us, this can elevate our mood, make us feel happy, and we can be feeling that really beautiful well-being and stream of consciousness, awareness, awakeningness in our present. However, for some of us, if you have experienced some sort of trauma or negative situation in the past that then has created this strong, intense emotion within you at that point in time, if we think about that moment in our present, we are reigniting that energy and projecting that into our future. So you can see it's really important to do inner child work on yourself, at least in some level or some degree, because if you are wanting to achieve your goals and you have set out points and things that you want to accomplish throughout your year, and I know we're coming to the end of 2023, but I am sure if you're listening right now, you have those 2024 goals in your mind. If you're wanting to lose weight, gain muscle, hit a PB with your performance, you want to get qualified for the top elite level of your sport, if you're wanting to hit those financial goals this new year, if you're wanting to attract new relationships, then it's really important you connect with your inner child, because if you've had a poor or bad experience in the past that has created that negative emotion within you, what happens is when that situation comes around again, if you have a wounded inner child, sometimes that can come out to play when we are in those high pressure, high stress situations. And instead of responding from this mature, higher self place, we respond like a child, or we react instead. We react like a child. Have you ever been in a situation where someone else that you know has gotten extremely stressed? They're like, oh my gosh, crazy stress happening right now. How could this be happening to me? And all of a sudden they chuck a wobbly or chuck a nani, chuck a tanty. In my family, we would always call a child hissy fit chucking a wobbly. So you're probably wondering in this situation, why is that 30, 40-year-old acting like a 15-year-old in this situation right now? And the truth is because that situation has ignited their wounded inner child. So something from that person's 15-year-old self is coming out to play and being triggered in that moment. So you can see why it is important for us to go back and make sure we have that connection with our younger self, because we want to make sure we show up in future situations when we are under pressure, cool, calm, and collected. Yeah, we want to show up as who we are now, not who we once were. We are not defined by our past. We are who we choose to be right now in this present moment, and that dictates our future. So if you are triggered by something, or you find that you react when you are stressed and you've had a lot going on in your life, there might be an element of your inner child trying to get your attention. So ways that your inner child will try and get your attention is if you're feeling a bit moody, a bit cranky, irritable, you're feeling bored, you're feeling like no matter how hard you work, nothing is getting done, you feel disinterested, you feel lethargic, tired. From me, my inner child is super sassy. Like, when I am feeling under pressure or stress and my inner child starts to come out, it's like, like, I just want to watch a movie. Like, why are you working so hard? Like, and it is in that voice. It's like that whiny 13-year-old girl going through puberty phase, right? So your inner child might not necessarily be 1 to 7. It could be 13 plus, right? So it's important to listen to your intuition when it comes to connecting with your inner child at what age. If you allow yourself and take a deep breath in and be in your present moment, all of that information will come to you. So don't stress. I'm going to teach you right now how to connect with your inner child so that you can develop this relationship with yourself that not only can help you in those high pressure, high stress environments so that you're not reacting, you can respond instead. Because so many people come to me, and I see this time and time again with clients, and it really is a projection of my past self, whereby their routine looks a little bit like this. They wake up, they go to work, they go to gym, they meal prep, or they do the grocery shopping, or they go on social media at the end of the day, or watch Netflix, and then they go to bed and repeat every single day. And then the weekends, they might go out or they might stay in with their partner. And it's just this endless loop and cycle of doing the same shit every single day, same conversations. And it starts to look a little bit like a Groundhog Day. And for me, this really woke me up when I was living that life, right? because I was in a conversation with a friend, an old friend from school once, and they're like, how is work, Elise? And I was like, yeah, it's really good. And then they asked me, how's your boyfriend, Elise, at the time? And I said, yeah, he's really good. And they're like, oh, cool. And then walked away. And I thought to myself in that moment, like, obviously my beautiful friend did not mean anything by walking away. It was a busy environment and you can be quite distracted and overwhelmed when you're out at night. But I really took that personally. In that moment, I questioned myself. I was like, is that all that I am? Am I just a PT? Am I just someone's girlfriend? Is that all? And I had this moment where I really took a hard look at my life and realized that I didn't really have much fun for myself outside of those two things, being a girlfriend and then being the PT. So in the next following months from there, I really took the time to discover, what is that fun for me? What does that look like? Now, the beautiful thing about kids and children is that they have so much fun. So I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time that you truly had fun? And I don't mean like escapism fun, whereby you are feeling so stressed and so overwhelmed with your week that you just gotta like kick back and not think about anything and just watch Netflix or just scroll on socials. Like, I mean intentional fun. I don't mean just like going out and getting smashed and forgetting your night and taking all the things, drinking all the stuff, binging out on all the food. I've been there, okay? And then feeling shit the next day. I don't know about you, but I don't really know if that is classified as fun. I want you to take a deep look into yourself, into your soul, and ask this question: what is fun for me? And just be the observer of the first thing that comes to your mind. What is that? Might be a word, it might be a sentence, it might be just like a vision that you get. Trust it. Trust the first answer. You might get it and then go, oh, it's not that one. It probably is. Kids are so good at having fun. You see them out on the playgrounds. They have the most amazing imagination. And when I think of my inner child, there's like this photo of me standing out in the pouring rain when I lived in Melbourne, like pouring rain. And my dad would have like these huge water drums, right? And they were full to the brim on this day. Like water was spilling out of them. And here's me. Oh, I've got goosebumps. Right now. So fun. And I don't know where I found these things, but we had like these bits of bark from a tree and they were in like this hollow semicircle shape. And what I would do from the pipes that were spilling into these drums, I would get these bits of bark and stack them up. So it was like this little water slide, and I would take it off the drum and direct it somewhere else. Like, so much fun. And I'm not saying you have to go and do that right now, guys, to have fun, but these are the things that I would used to do as a kid that I just loved. And I even was mentioning someone the other day, my mum and I, we would get like the plastic bags, the really super light ones, and attach strings to them and put like a little paper stick figure at the bottom and then go to the top of the slide and throw it down and it would just float like a little parachute. Or drawing or singing or dancing. For me, I love dancing. I grew up with dancing and I always believed that I was going to be a singer like the people of Glee. So what I am setting an intention to do in the next few months is to go and get singing lessons, go out and do dancing lessons. All these things for me, I found super fun. Painting, drawing, art. I've been creating AI art lately. So what are those things that you used to do as a kid that you found so much fun, where you weren't necessarily having to like do them because you had to, but because you wanted to? Because when you did them, you were actually just more so being than doing. The next thing that kids are really, really good at is they love to brag. I mean, seriously, you listen to a kid and they'll tell you all of their successes, all of their achievements, and all the amazing things about their day. Like, when was the last time you celebrated one of your own wins? When was the last time that you cheered for your own success? In the past, when I would achieve something like, guys, I'm qualified in nutrition. I got my nutrition diploma. I am qualified as a personal trainer. I got my master practitioners in NLP, hypnosis. I have all these certificates, like really it doesn't matter, but I have all these achievements per se on paper. But then also the things where I moved overseas and I traveled by myself and I asked people on dates and stepped out of my comfort zone multiple times. I've done national events. I have my own podcast. Like what? But every single time I would achieve something like this, I would just be like, all right, what's next? What's next? What's next? And I would never really truly celebrate the fact that I did that thing. So what is something that you're actually really proud of that you have done lately? And if you like to be stretched, if you want to be stretched right now, I am challenging you to go and share about this with someone. Go tell someone, go brag, go off, right? Go talk to your friends, your family, and tell them about your wins. Or if you want an extra challenge, go and share it on your social media. Share on your social media, do a story, be like, yo, what's up fam? This is my achievements lately and I'm so proud of myself. And then tag me because I want to see it. I want to support you. I want to cheer for you too. If you're looking around and you're like, why isn't no one supporting me? It's probably because you ain't supporting yourself. So make an effort to celebrate your wins too. It's really important. The third thing that kids are really, really good at is saying no. If you're a parent and you listen to this, you're like, oh yeah, kids are really great at saying no. No, when they don't want to do something, they will be blunt about it. So I want to ask you right now, where are you saying yes when really you mean no? Where are you saying yes when you really mean no? And you might be like taking the piss and going, well, I don't want to go to work today, but I have to. Okay, cool. Why is it that you don't want to go to work, right? Is it because you're tired? Is it because you stayed up really late because you actually really wanted to go to bed because you knew that you had to get up for work tomorrow because you're saying yes to yourself by showing up and getting an income for you so that you can go and do the things that you want to say yes to? And you were staying up because your friend said that you have to go out and you felt pressured and you really wanted to say no, but you said yes, right? So really take a hard look at the places, the situations where you're saying yes, but you really mean no. Tune into your heart. And if you don't know how to do that, I've got multiple podcast episodes on how to trust yourself. And if you scroll back, you'll find one, listen to it, and I'll take you through a process that will teach you how. The fourth thing that kids are really great at is they ask for what they want. Like it's coming up to Christmas time. And like I said, if you're a parent, you would resonate with this entirely. Even if you're not a parent, like come on, who doesn't love Christmas or like birthdays or times where people share gifts, right? I always ask for what I want for Christmas. Like my family, we celebrate Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, that's totally fine. But like, where are you keeping quiet and then receiving things that you're half happy for just because like you didn't ask and you wanted to be polite and you felt rude for asking? Like, no. People that have dietary requirements, right? They ask for what they want. If you're vegan, if you're vegetarian, if you're peanut allergy, you gotta tell the restaurant, I ain't having peanuts or I ain't having meat because that goes against my morals, right? They're putting themselves first. Like if they don't ask for what they want, they are going to be in a lot of pain socially, mentally, physically, right? So, I mean, it's a bit extreme example, but where are you doing that to yourself? It's subtle. You might not notice the effects straight away, but if you're not asking for what you want and you're just settling for like whatever the universe brings you just by default, then you'll never actually get the thing that you really want. And my dad would always say to me, I use this time and time again, this example with clients. If you don't ask, you will never, ever know. So maybe you want to ask someone out. Maybe you want to ask for a pay raise. Maybe you want to ask something about someone. I don't know, whatever it is you want to ask about. You want to ask for something for Christmas. If you don't ask, it is 100% chance the answer is no. If you ask, yeah, maybe there's a 50% chance that the answer is no, but there's also a 50% chance that the answer is yes. So it's worth the risk. If the answer is no, you stay in exactly the same place and position that you were in before you even ask. You have nothing to lose. So just ask. Ask for what you want, guys. Write up those Christmas lists. Get asking. Now, to finish off this episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you connect to your inner child. So if you are not driving, I want you to just take a seat or get in a comfortable position and your hands on your lap, palms facing up, shoulders back, relaxing, taking a deep breath in, closing your eyes down and a deep breath out. If you are driving, keep your eyes open, but just chill, okay? And just continue this cyclic breathing for now. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. That's it. And coming back to that presence we spoke about before. What can you hear? How does your body feel? What can you smell? And what can you taste? Taking a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just letting your entire body, giving yourself permission to relax deeper and deeper. Perfect. And I want you to imagine yourself now in this beautiful bubble. And in this bubble, it is whatever color you want to make it. You are safe. You are protected in this bubble. Now, I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to just trust where your unconscious mind wants you to take you, having no attachment to what is and trusting the visions that come to your mind. Your imagination here is correct. There's no right or wrong. You cannot fail this process. So just let me lead you and trust the process. Deep breath in and deep breath out. So imagining yourself in this beautiful bubble. And if I was to ask your unconscious mind, which memory would it like to take you to in order for you to meet your inner child today and have the greatest healing that is beneficial for you and your soul right here and right now? And I want you to imagine you in this bubble floating up and back in time, letting your mind take you to that specific memory. And almost like a movie from bird's eye view, you look down and you can see your inner child, that past version of you, just noticing what they are doing. Are they playing? Are they singing? Are they dancing? Are they crying? How do they feel? Noticing from that bird's eye view what that past version of yourself was doing in that memory. Noticing the room that they were in, the sounds that they could hear, the people they were surrounded by. That's it. Now, in your bubble, I want you to just imagine like you have a remote control and you're pressing pause on that movie. Pressing pause and everything freezes except your younger self. And in your bubble, you float down, down, down. So you are standing right beside that younger version of you. And they notice you. They see you and their eyes light up. They recognize that it's you. Notice what they look like, what they feel like, knowing that you are safe and you are always protected in this bubble. Now, allowing your inner child to join you in your bubble, bringing them into that safety and security right beside you, holding their hands, giving them one of those hugs that you can just feel the love, feel it. Wow. What would you like to say to that past version of you, knowing what you know now? Knowing what you know now about life, about that situation and how it shaped you to who you are, what it taught you. What advice would you give to that version of you in that moment? What do they need to hear? Telling them this right now. Imagine yourself telling yourself what you wish you knew back then. That's it. Pouring it all out. This is your first probably time that you've connected with that younger version of you. So you've got a lot of catching up to do, sharing with them what they needed to hear that you now know. There we go. Perfect. Now, your younger self is so grateful for this connection. Finally, you're listening. You're paying attention. And they've been waiting for this for a really long time. I want you now to receive a message from your younger self. They have something they want you to know. What do they want you to know right now? What do they wish for you to do more of? How can you connect more and establish a better relationship with your younger self? What do they want you to know? Receiving the answers for this now. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you're ready, embracing your younger self, having that love and gratitude and imagining that energy surrounding you in this bubble, knowing that you can connect with that version of you at any time. All you need to do is come back to this meditation and set the intention to connect. Taking another deep breath in, saying goodbye to that younger version of yourself, knowing that it's bye for now, letting them go back into that memory out of your bubble with the resources and tools and beliefs and knowledge they needed back then that they did not have. Know that they are now safe, secure, and ready to face what is ahead for them. Pressing play on that memory from your TV remote, like we said before, and coming back up in your bubble, forward in time, and back down to your body, to this present moment. Calling all parts of you back to this now, calling all timelines and dimensions and versions of your soul, fragments that have been lost, calling them all back to you in this present moment now. Taking some time to feel back into your body, wiggling your toes, your fingers, inviting any movement, a big stretch. And when you're ready, you can come back and open your eyes. Wow. I felt like I was fully there with you. You know, when I take my clients through meditations, I see what they see. It's a really cool gift, actually. And I truly believe I just saw what you saw. So take some time now, pause this episode, write down any notes that you had or any channelings, downloads, messages that came through for you, and go and action on them. I always get a vision of, a parent saying to their child, okay, I'm going to pick you up from school and take you to go get ice cream. And so they're waiting at the stop, kiss and drop area after school. They're waiting for their parent to come pick them up to go and take them to get ice cream. And they've been telling everyone about it all day, but they never show and they're late. The parent picks the kid up and says, we'll get ice cream tomorrow. So the next day, the kid goes to school, doesn't really tell anyone about ice cream this time, but is still excited that their parent is picking them up. And they said this time they're going to go take them to get ice cream. So they wait at the stop, kiss and drop area after school. And same thing again, they're late and they don't show. The reason I share this is because so many people do this to themselves. If you set yourself a promise, it is so important to follow through on that, because every time that you don't, you are treating your inner child like this. You're leaving them at the school and breaking their promise. You're not following through on your word. And that energy within you becomes untrusting. And that is where self-sabotage and these types of behaviors are birthed. So whatever comes through for you, whatever type of fun that you need to go and do, whatever action you need to go and take that now and stop letting yourself down. Start treating you like how you wish your parents would. Start being the parent for yourself, okay? Your family only knew what they knew and did the best that they could. And you also have the opportunity now, because you now know better and you now have the opportunity to rewrite your story. So go out there and go do that. It's that beautiful famous quote, be the good that you want to see in the world. Whatever you wish that you had or didn't have when you were younger, it's time to go and give that to yourself. If you guys enjoyed this episode today, please share this on your stories, share it to a family member, a friend. I appreciate every single one of you so much. And as always, I'm so grateful to just be here sharing what I'm extremely passionate about, helping every single one of you elevate to that best version of yourself. This journey, it gets to be so fun, and it's honestly a pleasure having you all here with me along the way. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via Instagram. I have been away for a few weeks, but I will reply. And just you wait, I got some crazy cool stuff coming soon. So yeah, like I said, message me on Instagram. I do have my website as well. If you're curious about coaching and taking this further, I'd love to hear what come through for you as well. I'm pretty sure now you can comment and leave like testimonials on Spotify episodes. You can do that on iTunes as well. So if you haven't left a review, I would love to see your thoughts on the show. But yeah, you can comment on individual episodes now on Spotify. So if you're listening on Spotify, I would love to see your thoughts and what came through for you on this episode as well. Big love, fam. I will see you all in the next few episodes. Thank you.
Thank you for being a part of the Generation Elevation community. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to leave a 5-star rating, written review, share, and tag me on Instagram at elise.riley. Until next time, keep loving, keep learning, and keep rising.